Yay! Finally!
Hey! 22 minutes late due to technical difficulties, but welcome to the show. It's the fourth one of our Doctor Who series, and like the eighth for our summer season, I want to say.
Something like that. I think I'm
Something
just gonna
like
start
that.
numbering them like consecutively, regardless of what we talk about, because I keep confusing myself with the numbering.
Right? Because I was like looking at the numbers over on our page, and I'm like, wait, this is episode 4, but we already have episode 7 up.
This is episode number Q. They're all number Q.
Yay, Q! Turn
Dr.
up my
Q.
volume a little bit.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
All of our shared links no longer work because we had to make a new window, a whole new chat, right? Because the old one wasn't letting us go on. What is this? What is this pop-up being on my thing? Go away. Okay, we have like 3 episodes of Doctor Who to talk about, and it turned out that it was actually okay that we skipped all of those because they're kind of all one story. Freeze for a second, you got super stuck.
What?
You got super still for a second. I couldn't tell if you froze or if you were thinking.
No, I was here. I'm trying to figure stuff out. Sorry.
My tea bag keeps trying to like crawl into my mouth every time I take a sip.
Ew. Insert YouTube.
Put a little lemon juice in it, and all of a sudden it gets all squirrely. And by lemon juice, I mean key lime juice.
Okay.
That's what we had. I was like, oh, with the lemon juice, but all we had was key lime juice.
Insert.
One day we'll have editing, so all of this random wandering won't matter.
Well, I'm making a cake tomorrow.
Ooh, fancy. I am applying for jobs tomorrow.
Woohoo, jobs.
And I found a sci-fi writers grant that I'm totally gonna apply for.
Nice.
I happen to be working on a sci-fi novel and in need of money.
Publish. There we go. Sorry, I was loading our show to reviewing the apocalypse because the link that was on there was for the other show.
Woo.
And I know I have at least 20 or 30 subscribers on there, 3 or 4 of which actually watched last week's show. So
yeah, we did have more hits last week.
Yeah, it was exciting. But yeah.
Hi viewers.
Hi viewers, welcome. This is us. This is what we do. We're random, we're silly. We just have fun. We talk about things we want to talk about. Like let's just get the mention out of the way. 12 monkeys.
12 monkeys.
Tonight we're going to talk about that other awesome, amazing time travel show, Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Like I literally want to go look for the Doctor Who theme song on my iPod and like play it right now.
Right? It's like as far as you can get from 12 Monkeys without being a different genre. It's like the opposite ends of time travel stories.
It really is, because Doctor Who is kind of campy and fun, and you get a little bit of seriousness here and there. Monkeys is constantly serious with little tidbits of goofiness here and there.
Yeah, it's like the serious goofy balance is opposite.
Right?
Also the science balance and the believability balance.
There is that too, yes. But Doctor Who, we're going to talk Doctor Who and the monks.
And the monks. I was just talking with my friend Hayden about that last episode, but like confused as to why the monks look like corpses. They're like, we're good, we're helping you, we look horrifying.
Make a duck head out of my Laffy Taffy.
Duck head. As I casually drink out of a cup the size of my head.
Mm.
Yeah, like they could
Zombie
have been
monks. Yes.
zombie monks. There was in the old series there was a I don't remember what they're called because my brain is blanking. But there was a alien called the Axos. And like like they looked like these like creepy gold statues and then also this thing.
Okay.
And like the master was even in the storyline and it was this whole thing where they seemed to be super advanced and trying to help humanity and they turned out to be a plan by the master. And we were like, why wasn't it just them? Like Stephen Moffat brings back old time.
Right? So why not make it them? It would have made more sense to bring in old.
And it would have been a really good test for Missy too, because like, is she really good?
Google Hangouts. Why do you keep turning your volume down so low on my computer?
Rude.
Like I could barely hear you even with the headphones in. I had to just go into my mixer and turn it up because I like the sound on the computer is way up, but I could barely hear you.
Rude.
Very rude.
But like we were saying, it would be a really good test for Missy because like, is she good enough to resist her old villainous pals showing up with a similar plan?
Right?
Rather than just sitting there saying she's good and sometimes crying.
Right? That was like, I felt bad for her, but at the same time, and it's like, it's the master, it's Missy, mistress, whatever she wants to be called right now. She's not going to go good.
She only just officially came back this season, like in these 3 episodes, and we've seen her mostly just in that one episode, so like we can't really trust anything she says yet.
No, even though she did pretty much tell them how to stop the monks, like there's no other way. Of course the doctor's going to come up with another way. He's the doctor.
Of course. Although coming up with another way didn't really. He was convinced that Bill was going to die, and then Bill didn't even a little bit die.
No, I know. She wasn't even like in pain.
Like it was stressful and it wasn't pleasant, but she wasn't like burning up or anything. So, and then they come running out and she's just fine. She's just running.
Yep. I'm great.
Like,
Toodles.
It's a little bit vague. I think there were only 6 monks in the entire planet in reality. I think that's what the secret of the
monks was. Yeah.
There was only 6 of them actually. Because I mean, if you're taking over the whole world and turning it into some sort of alternate reality in reality, you could pretend to have more people than you do, which I think they mentioned at one point. But like, it looked like there was about 6 of them.
Mm-hmm.
It was, in the end, it felt a little bit edited strangely. I don't know if they cut something out that would have been clarifying when they put in the commercials on American TV or what.
Yeah. I don't know.
It seemed a bit clipped up.
All 3 parts did. Like, I was like, I got that they wanted him to read Veritas in the first episode. And I looked down for like 2 seconds and Bill and Nardo, whatever his name is. I know it's Nar something.
Nardole.
Nardole were over in the illusion room thing where they could go into all the other little worlds, and the doctor was able to see a little, and I'm like, wait, what happened? I looked down for two cracking seconds.
He did a thing with the thing where it's like, and it zapped his brain and let him see for a little while.
Yeah.
But, like, apparently all of that entire episode, except for where he was sitting with his back against the door, was in the simulation.
Right. In the email, he got with glasses.
Yeah. And then they found out that the bad guys were the monks who were running a simulation to figure it out. And then they were like, but wait, it's not bad.
We want to save
It's not
you.
bad that we killed you thousands of times in our simulation and told you so. Very strange.
Very.
But then, yeah, they were bad.
Yep.
The last episode was trying real hard to have some sort of message about fascism that didn't quite come across.
Yeah, and then it was like, was sending out this, we are good, we've been here forever, blah blah blah, messages over the TV, and then Bill finds him, and she's all like, you can't, this isn't real, and he's like, I'm on their side, and I'm just like, and then she shoots him, and he starts to change and all that crap, and I'm like, wait, when did he gain the ability to force himself to do that?
I was wondering that too, because then he was like, and they were blanks, and I'm like, if they weren't blanks, then that may have worked, but if they were blanks, how did you do that?
Right.
The only time he's ever previously had that skill is like within 12 hours of a regeneration.
When he lost his hand, and he created the second doctor from his severed hand.
Oh, silly 10 too. But like, I don't know, it got confusing in there. The last one was the prettiest.
Yeah.
That Cold War aesthetic down real good.
I did like that. It was appealing. What's bugging me? There we go. My strap was twisted. It was bugging me.
So Bill was wearing a jacket that said Okinawa, and I used to have a jacket very much like that, but mine was purple.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Because I lived in Okinawa.
Well, that makes sense.
And it was the 80s, so like.
And poor Bill trying to get it with Penny.
And she keeps
getting interrupted.
Every time.
In the simulation, it was the Pope, and in the second one, it was the Secretary of Defense or whatever.
Oh my God! I wonder if she's going to get another chance, and then it's going to be the finale aliens or whatever.
Right. And then yeah, that's going to be interesting. And didn't you move out? Yeah, that ended up not working. I'm here for the president. He ain't my president. I didn't vote for him. He's orange. I died. I literally had to pause it for a minute just to laugh about that.
Oh man, and boy did her moving out not work.
Yeah,
alien space really bugs and all.
Yeah, but that episode was actually kind of sad. But we'd already talked about that episode and how sad it was.
Yeah. But the space bugs were pretty.
Yeah, they were pretty cool. They were much prettier than the monks.
The monks that look like corpses for no reason. But like when they asked why do you look like corpses, they said because you're all already dead. And I'm like, how is that going to convince anybody that you're not bad? You're really bad at this benevolent thing, monks.
We're benevolent, but you're already dead.
You are already dead. The requirement is that they have to be loved, but then they immediately brainwash the entire planet anyway.
Right? Like, she came to them out of love for the Doctor, because, dude, we don't want to watch the Doctor get blown up because he can't see. I'm sorry. What the blind hero is like one of the biggest cliches that annoys the hell out of me. Because it's like there's no other option but to give in to the bad guy to save the hero when he's blind.
My biggest problem with it was that he was not dealing with it, and I'm glad that Nardole was like, dude, you need to deal with this.
Right?
Because, like, you're the Doctor. You don't have time for this. Also, doesn't he have, like, some eyeball healer device in a closet somewhere? He's got everything
he said,
else.
like, in the episode where he went blind, he said, "Oh, once I'm back on the TARDIS, I'll be fine. It'll fix me."
Yeah. But then it didn't.
Yeah.
But they never said why. And he never actually tried anything that we saw.
Yeah.
He could have just even gotten some new eyeballs. People are constantly replacing body parts on that show. They're always talking about it. Nardole even talked about it.
Right? That's like my original hand. I don't have as good a use with it.
Yeah, like he can't do the other hand. Change. And it's like, it's a little bit disappointing because this whole season has been so good.
It really was like, this was like a weak little, I don't know, I know it was supposed to be the epic 3-part blah blah blah, but I don't know, the episode kind of just fell flat. The 3 episodes just kind of fell flat because it felt like there was stuff missing that made it harder to follow the episode.
And like there was some good stuff in there, but it didn't quite wash out. Right. I wanted him to keep Erica.
Yes, I loved her. She was adorable.
She's like a functional scientist. That would be so useful.
Right? More useful than Bill. No offense. I love Bill. Don't get me wrong. I love Bill. But
which segues nicely into our theory that he's training Bill for something.
Yes, he is. I think you're right. He has to be.
Because he keeps testing her, and he keeps like, what's the word? Like Socratic messaging her, where he makes her figure stuff out by asking questions. Yes. For stuff that he already knows. Like, there's got to be something. And what number episode was this? How many do we have left? Like,
I want to open a window, but I'm going to just do this on the iPod. It's faster.
So we're past the middle point.
Yeah, well, I think this was like the halfway point arc.
Yeah. So whatever he's doing has got to start going somewhere soon, because he definitely seems to be doing something. And like, Bill hasn't asked any questions about how he normally behaves with his companions.
Right.
So there's no reason for her to think that he's training her rather than just dragging her along.
Oh, I'm like, why can't I? I'm looking at the first season. I'm like,
both first seasons are so long ago.
There's only 4 episodes left.
4 episodes, yeah. So whatever is going to happen at the end of the season.
Well, considering the title of the last episode of the season is...
I can't see that. What does it say?
It says The Doctor Falls.
Ugh.
And we all know Peter Capaldi is bowing out at the end of this season, so... I know, because I really like him. I know.
Ooh. I want to keep him.
Like, in a way, I kind of want... We know it can happen now. I have a feeling Moffat won't let it, even though this is Moffat's last season, too.
Yeah, it feels like everybody has said they're going. Like, he's going to leave with Moffat. And Bill is supposed to be leaving too. She's supposed to be a 1-season
Yeah, she was
thing.
the transitional, like
But it works
Martha.
so much. It works so much better when companion or a new doctor, but you keep the same companion, so there's some sort of continuity.
Yeah,
That would.
because even when we changed over from 9 to 10, we still had Rose, and then when 10 changed into Matt Smith, we still had the Pond. No, he met Amy at the beginning of his run as Matt Smith.
A new
So
doctor
there
and a
was,
new
yeah, we did get a new doctor and a
companion.
new companion, and he ended his
Clara.
Matt Smith ran through Clara, and so Clara came over with Peter Capaldi. So there was the same.
Yeah. A lot of times the companions that carry over like that, like they come into their own on the second doctor that they work with.
Yeah.
Like Sarah Jane was with 3, but she was herself at 4.
Yeah. And then Rose was just kind of wishy-washy for 9, but then she grew up with 10.
Yeah, she was also really young. She was supposed to be like 18 or 19 when the show started.
Yeah. And
But
then
like I love them
Martha
though.
Martha was kind of slow to it took a couple viewings of that season for her to grow on me, to be honest.
I liked Martha, but I felt really bad for her. She was the first rebound.
Yeah, she was not she did
She
not
was
come in a
never
good place after he lost the love, the woman he loved.
she was never treated right, and she put up with a lot of crap.
Yeah.
3 separate times she had to get actual jobs and support the doctor because he's a bum when he's stuck in time.
Right?
Like, who else ever had to do that?
Well, technically in the one where they were stuck back and he had put all his memories in the fob watch, he
Yes,
was he did have a job. He was a teacher.
that's true. But she was a cleaning girl.
Yeah, well, unfortunately in that time and era, women of color were unable to get good jobs.
So bad. But like in the Sally Sparrow episode where they were stuck in the past, she
Yeah.
had to work at a shop while he figured out how to contact somebody to help him.
Right.
Like, come on, dude. Oh, but did you see in this episode with the when the monks took over, she was in the same neighborhood as Rose and him visited for the faceless episode.
Yes, I did catch that.
Like they were watching the TV in the window of Magpie's Electronics, and I was like, yes, I knew it was the same neighborhood.
Nice little throwback. I did like that.
I recognize those houses.
You recognized.
Recognize those houses.
And then they were like, when they showed at the beginning of that episode, when they were showing, the monks stopped the Daleks and the Cybermen, it was all footage from previous seasons.
And it was all stuff that the doctor had done. Like they literally just stole his identity and with themselves.
Yeah, they did.
Rude. Time travel based identity theft is the theme for this.
Yep.
Because it happened on 12 Monkeys too.
Yes, it did.
Year's theme is time travel based identity theft.
That is the theme for time travel this season.
No. What is going on? Hello?
Hello? Oh, I know there's a doggo outside.
What is going on?
There's a doggo outside. Hello? Hello?
Everything is frosted.
It's not me, because I've got full power. I can do everything on this thing.
Yeah, I think it's me. The camera started lagging, and now it's dumb. I'm close. It's still slow.
Yeah. I can hear you.
Fine, but like the camera keeps cutting out.
Weird.
Keep recording and hope it catches up. Hello?
I'm here. Sorry, I'm looking at something. I was being bad.
Lost my train of thought.
I do that a lot.
Show.
See, I'm gonna dance and like blow on a jug until she gets her train of thought back.
That's just gonna distract.
uh, but
what we was
yeah.
gonna.
So the basically the monks came, they took over, and they basically said that they were the doctor.
Basically,
they were the doctor.
like
They're
literally all the times when the doctor had done stuff.
yeah.
Were you creeped out by the dude like waiting for the fish to come out the water?
The fish to come out of the water. What?
When they were talking about at the very beginning, they were talking about the history of humanity and the monks. And he was like, "From the beginning, when we emerged from the sea." I was standing there waiting for the fish to come out the water.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
I was like, "That's not kosher, dude.
No,
That's not cool."
no, not cool at all.
I did like a good alternate history, but it was like there.
I have no idea what you just said.
I said I do like a good alternate history.
Yeah, those are always fun.
Unreal.
So I think she froze. I don't know.
Oh no!
It's like, I don't know, it's trying to eat you. Like that.
Oh no! I'm gonna restart my browser.
Alright, I can do this. I can do dead air talking.
Filibuster. I'll be back in a minute.
Woohoo! Okay. I have to say though, like one of the best parts of the third episode, yes, the third episode is when the doctor goes, well, they all had blanks, and then the one soldier's just like, you didn't have blanks. Well, that could have ended badly. I laughed. I thought that was funny. And then like Nardole was in on it the whole time. He's like, oh yeah, I knew this was going down. I knew you were the doctor was doing this. Yep. And Bill was just like, this is not right. The big eyes, the angry face. She was just like, this is not right. And then they have to go see Missy, and I love Missy. So I love the Master in general. He's like one of my favorite characters. She is one of my favorite characters. He is a she now, and will probably stay that way for a while because they don't change those actors as often as they do the main actor. But yeah, I've always liked the character of Missy. Yeah, Missy. We'll just say Missy for now. Because they're just delightfully and insane and fun. We're back!
Seems to be okay.
Yeah, it seems to be working now.
Testing.
Yeah, you're Yeah, not as bad as it was though, where you were like that.
Yeah.
I was discussing Missy.
Missy is so cool.
I love Missy.
I wish they would have brought her back sooner. Like,
Yeah, same.
I appreciate a mystery and all, but she's so fun.
I kind of had
Now
an
that she's been
idea
dead
that
a
it was
while.
her in the vault.
There were so many options of who it could have been.
Yeah, but who else did you think it was?
I thought it was probably her, but somebody online had put forth the idea that maybe it was one of the other versions of the Doctor. Capturing himself for some reason may have been why 12 gets replaced at the end, and that would have been really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have
Maybe
been kind
messing
of
with his
fun.
own timeline. Plus, multiple Doctor stories are always fun.
Gotta love multiple doctors.
So fun. Like the 50th anniversary, which is still one of my favorite episodes of any show ever.
Yes.
Oh my god, when that aired, I was watching it by myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I literally was sitting there like screaming and kicking my feet. I think I kicked the cat off the couch at one point by accident.
Aw, poor ninja.
Like, she was trying so hard to cram herself up against my body.
And she's like,
I was
no,
busy
mommy,
kicking and
no.
screaming.
She's like, mommy, kick. Right?
Knocked and stepped on and kicked a lot because she's always like right by my foot.
Yeah. The kitten does that all the time. The kitten has taken to when I'm like doing dishes or making something at the counter to eat, he comes and he puts his little front paws and he like barely reaches above my ankle at this point. And he puts his little front paws up on the counter and he just stares up at me because he's trying to figure out what it is I'm doing.
And is when we had the Bibbles, when they were big enough to wander around, they used to come and sit on my feet when I was cooking dinner.
Aww.
So, like, I'd be in front of the stove with this tiny little cat sleeping between my ankles.
I love baboos.
So
Baboos are just adorable. He was so funny. He hides his toys in like the most random places. And last night he kept going between the wall of my bed and the mattress and the wall in my bedroom. And like there's like it's probably about no wider than that. And he kept shoving his head and shoulders down in there and he's wiggling and pushing and I'm like, what on earth are you doing? And I'd pull him out. And he'd sit there for a second and dive right back in. So finally I reached down in there and I'm feeling he had like this little cat and playing with it on my bed and it fell in there.
Oh.
And so I threw it on the floor and he left me alone for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ninja doesn't really play with toys that much, but she has one that she likes right now that like it crinkles and it has feathers and it has a little bell on it. Mm-hmm. But she likes to play with it. $1 at Walmart. She likes to play with it at like 1 a.m, 20 minutes after I'm finally asleep.
Yep. That's a cat for you.
And she's got like long claws. She won't let me cut them, first of all. But yeah, even when
the same way.
I did get them clipped, like I don't know, like just the way they grow, they're always long.
Yeah, Bams are just like that. Bam's favorite thing to do in the world is like at 3 a.m, an hour before I have to get up, it's headbutting me from the floor because my mattress is like I have a box spring and a mattress and they're both on the floor. I don't have a frame. And so he can get with his front paws up onto the mattress and he starts headbutting me until I'll pick him up and put him on the bed. I'm like, it is not that big of a jump, you dumb cat.
It's like 1.5 feet. Just jump.
It's shorter than his body length. Like he could get his front paws up on there. I don't understand why he can't pull his back end up with him.
Oh my goodness, though! But when they put their little front paws up, Ninja likes to come when I'm sitting at my desk, if I have something on my lap so she can't jump up on my lap, she puts her paws on my leg,
Yes.
lifts up her head into my elbow, and it's
She's
just
like,
so
"Hello."
cute. It's a little.
I know. And Bam is like a little moochy beggar thing. Like he's like this tiny little dog. He'll come in like just like what I was describing what the kitten does, except he can reach almost to the counter and he stretches his paws up as high as he can towards the counter, like, hey, I want some of whatever that is you're cutting up. And he
You're
usually
like, it's
gets
a
it.
carrot. And he's like, but I want
He'll
it.
eat it. That's the funny thing. This cat will eat anything.
Our first cat would eat vegetables and bread. Like, she would
Yeah.
steal them off your dinner plate if you weren't looking.
Yep. That's Bam.
We
That's
used to
Loki
find
now too. Loki's learned that trick.
dinner rolls inside of her bed because she would steal them off the table and run away with them.
That's funny.
She'd have like a hoard of stale dinner rolls and she'd be sleeping next to them.
She wasn't eating them, she was just taking them.
She would eat some of them, but like full size, perfectly healthy, she barely weighed 8 pounds. So
Oh,
when she was littler, she weighed like 5 or 6 pounds.
right,
So she'd eat like half the roll and then get full or whatever.
right.
And then there'd just be stale, weirdly chewed on rolls because cat mouths are not made for chewing bread.
Yeah, don't tell that. Bam. God, that cat would rip through plastic to get to bread when he was younger.
We had a hurricane when we had Weensy, and you know you
Uh-huh.
stock up for stuff. You stock up for stuff, and we expected the power to be out because we lived in an old part of town, and the power goes out during a regular storm. So we had bread for peanut
Yeah.
butter and jelly so that we could eat if the power went out.
Mm-hmm.
Weensy ate the entire loaf of bread.
Oh my God.
Entire loaf of bread. I thought he was gonna die. He was so fat. It actually made it so much easier because 5 days. It was hurricane. It was either Charlie or Francis. It was that year when like 4 hurricanes went across Florida and kept
Mm-hmm.
messing everything up. And like the power went out for 5.5 days. There was no air. The other cat kept lighting his fur on fire at the candles at night because he was like fascinated with the fire. And if we had to deal with him and Weensy, who was like not even a year old and was
Wow,
insane,
yeah.
but he slept most of the 5 days because he ate an entire loaf of bread.
um, years and years ago, when Bam was more than 5, 6 pounds, a year and a half old, because he got fat when he got older. That cat weighs like a good 20-something pounds now. Um, he
My
loves
grandpa's
bread.
cat was so fat we used to call her the furry turkey.
Yeah, Bam is we call him Jabba the Hutt. If that gives you an idea of what he looks like sometimes. But my mom makes this stuff called cheesy red pepper bread, and it's like a loaf of Italian bread that you slice into 3 levels. Like you have the top crust, the bottom crust, and then you have this strip of just the bread. And you layer the cheese and red pepper and sauce and all this in it. Then you wrap it in tinfoil and you bake it. So we had wrapped it in tin foil and then we left it sitting on the table because we were going to bake it at the person's house we were going to with it. And we went and got ready and I came back in and he had chewed a hole through the tin foil and he had chewed part of the bread off the top of the loaf.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, God, no! And my mom's like, yeah, nobody will notice, rewraps it.
Well, sorry. We're sorry about our potluck. It got slightly chewed on by the cat.
Right? It was just like, God damn it, cat. And he's just sitting there.
Weensy one time stole a melon ball off of my plate.
Oh, geez.
What cat eats a melon ball? And he chased it all over the place, made the whole floor sticky, and then ate it.
I had a cat that ate grapes.
Grapes.
Yep. He
So much for
loved
being
grapes.
so much for being obligate carnivores.
Right? And the kitten likes to steal carrots and cranberries out of my salads.
So weird.
I
Look
know.
at these weirdos being all weird.
I think we're out of stuff to talk about Doctor Who since we're now discussing cats.
This is our cat episode where we talk about
This is our
cats.
cat hour. Or, you know, we could just call it early since we're out of stuff to talk about.
I mean, true. We
Yeah.
kind of were light on stuff to talk about anyway. We only had the one show.
Yeah, and so next Sunday, Sunday we will have Winona Earp and what's it called? Actually, I don't know because that's on Friday night. And unless I go sit in the bonus room when we get home, I don't know if I'll have time to watch it before Sunday night. I'll try.
Gonna be watching.
We're going out
live.
Friday night. Yeah, we're going out
Yeah.
Friday night. I have it set up to record. I didn't realize Dark Matter was going to be a 2-hour.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah, so that's exciting.
I'm gonna be watching them and tweeting them. So
I wish I could. I want to.
out there wants to come tweet with me, I'll be the tweets.
Yeah, I want to, but unfortunately, we've been invited over to a friend's house to have dinner. And since I'm feeling marginally healthy right now, I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I've spent enough time
Take
in the
your
house
time.
recently. Right? Maybe I'll get sick while they're gone and lose another 20 pounds. That'd be great.
Just keep getting stomach flus until you're at your goal weight.
Seriously, I just want to lose 50 pounds before October. I've already lost 15 of that.
That's pretty good though, even though being sick was not a great way to do it.
No, it wasn't. But hey, you know, I can survive on saltine crackers and bread. That's basically what I ate while I was sick.
Get that invalid diet.
Yeah, thought maybe I'll warm up some broth. You know, get some protein from chicken and beef broth. I don't know. I'm joking, people. I do not do that to myself. I actually have a doctor-regulated calorie count, so.
Living with my mom. Likes to get she'll roast a whole chicken, or the turkey breast. So there'll be bones laying around, and whenever I have those, I turn them into that stuff. You actually could, because it's got all the nutrients of the meat, but none of the chewing.
Yeah.
Cook it for 9 hours. It's so delicious.
Consomme.
Well, bone broth. The next step is consomme. You boil it down.
Yeah. Bone broth.
Bone broth.
Takes too long. I'm not into that. So I just eat nice healthy salads with some good grilled meat or baked meats and count my calories.
Salads, but I don't eat that many.
I would eat salad every day.
I would too, but vegetables are expensive, and they don't last the 2 weeks that we have in between shopping days, except for carrots and potatoes, which are not really a salad.
No.
Not that healthy.
No. I want to make my ramen coleslaw, my Chinese coleslaw, while they're gone on their vacation, because I haven't had it in forever and a day, and I love that shit.
Every time it starts getting to summer, I start wanting troll pudding. I don't know what it's actually called, but troll pudding. It's where you get the pistachio pudding, and you cut it with Cool Whip, and you put nuts and marshmallows and pineapples in it.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
It's a very, very 1956 sort of a dessert.
Yeah, I have stuff like that too.
But I don't know what it's actually called, but we started calling it troll pudding because it's lumpy and green. So.
Yeah, I have a dessert I call strawberry fluff, and it's literally you take strawberry jello and you mix it with whipped cream, Cool Whip, and
It's gotta be
pineapple.
Cool Whip for these things.
and cream cheese, and you just mix it all together, and it's so good.
That's kind of like one of my old roommates made a strawberry pie that was basically that inside of a pie shell.
Yeah.
It was so fluffy. It's so very summer to have something that cold and that light and that sugary.
Yeah.
Like in the heat, you don't want anything with actual weight.
Why did the screen just get smaller? What the fuck?
I don't know.
It just got like weirdly smaller. Wow. Whatever.
That's very strange.
Sorry. Are you having fun over there?
It's weird looking at myself. Like we've been doing this for literally a year, and it's still like looking at myself with my weird face.
So just a heads up, I may be getting some dental work done this month because I will have access to a car for 2.5 weeks. So I may go let them fix the back teeth, alleviate some of the pain in my jaw.
Mm-hmm. Like having my back tooth removed because I had gone septic was not pleasant. Side of my jaw hasn't popped or ground or hurt or anything since then.
Yeah, I had that. Is it this one? No, sorry. Here's this one. It's the exact same tooth on the other side.
Yeah.
Pulled out 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago in February, and it was the most agonizing crap I ever went through because it was so impacted. They had to cut down into my jawbone.
That's what this one was like. There's not enough space in my tiny head for a full set of giant ass teeth like I have.
I have a tiny head, and there isn't enough room. She's literally said that my bottom jaw is too short for all the teeth I have. Which is, since I've lost 2 of those teeth, you can see how everything spreads out down here now.
Yeah.
Like a horse, I have a spot for my bit.
Like this one sticks out because there's not enough space.
Mm-hmm.
It's my fang. This one used to be the same, but that one got knocked out when I was hit by the car.
Oh.
It left a gap, which is slowly closing up as my other teeth move in. Teeth are super.
This tooth used to stick out, but since they took that tooth, it's pulled back in, and now there's a space, and you can see where this one used to be pressed across this one. And now we're having
this
the
one right here.
hour.
Now we're having the dental hour. Then the molar, the first molar on this side is actually like supposed to be lined up like this. It's like that. Like that one needs to be removed, but that's gonna be horrifying. So I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $500 for torture.
Yeah, the very last wisdom tooth or whatever it is that I have right here on the bottom, the back of it cracked off last August. And
my wisdom teeth never came down. There's no space for them. There's nowhere for them to go.
Yeah, I have 1 here, and then I have 2 here, and then nothing here or here. Yeah, so I have like extra one up here for some unknown reason. Thank you, genetics.
Right. I was hoping I had none when they didn't come down when I was 18, because sometimes people are born without them.
Yeah.
But all the pressure in my jaw and my x-rays say otherwise.
They're there, they just have nowhere to go.
That's like on my list of body mods when cybernetics become like a totally ordinary thing like tattoos.
Yeah.
Replace my janky ass jaws.
Yes.
Fine.
I'm with my horrid teeth because I have so many cavities. It's not even funny. I'm pretty sure when I go in next week or whatever, she's going to be like, you have more cavities we have to fill. And I'm just going to be like, fuck. Because it's not from lack of brushing. I brush the fuck out of my teeth 3 times a day.
Well, sometimes people just have crappy teeth. We have bad teeth in my family. Like weak enamel runs in my family.
Yeah, my dad's side of the family.
Body mods. Did you hear about somebody invented tattoo ink that changes color with your body chemistry?
I need that.
I know.
I also need the hair dye that changes color with the temperature around you, because I would totally do like a blue to red. So like in the summer my hair was bright fucking red, and in the winter it would be like this color. Like this.
And when you go inside and outside, it'll change. That'd be so
Yes,
cool.
I need this so bad. I need it to be like available in stores so I can just do it myself, because that's like way cheaper.
The people who invented the chemical changing one for tattoos, they decided that like they did it under a medical thing for like when your blood sugar goes off or when chemistry thing goes wonkety.
Yeah.
It like gives you the warning before it makes you sick because you can see it changing color.
Oh, that's cool.
It's so cool. Just give me like a stripe down my arm.
Right? Like, oh, my arm is turning blue. I need to go take my insulin.
And they're like, I feel really funky. Oh, that's why. Instead of having to figure it out.
Oh, my arm's turning blue. Somebody get me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Hey. Oh, did you see the Loki my nephew drew for me?
Oh. Yeah, bring it closer.
He's so cute. Look at his face.
It's cute.
Him mad. He's getting like he's always been a good artist, but he's getting to where he can draw stuff that he wants to draw instead of just copying things.
Yeah.
And it's so neat.
I can't draw for shit.
When I was a teenager, I drew a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And like I have a pile of stuff that's collapsing on me. Ooh. I have my sketchbook where like stuff, but
yeah,
not very. So I've started just filling up the pages with whatever I want, as long as the page is filled.
Yeah.
So I've never actually, like, outside of an art class, I've never filled a whole notebook. So I'm just drawing whatever I want at any point to fill the page. Wait, I have Beanie Brothers in here somewhere. Look. That's Colin Ramsey.
That's so cute.
That's from ages ago. Like, it's taking me freaking years to fill this book.
I don't draw.
I always want to draw and then never actually do. So I get no practice.
I gave up on drawing, so I just color, like pictures. Like I have a coloring book. I have an adult coloring book.
I have 2 of the ones with geometric patterns because I really, really like coloring the geometrics. They make me happy.
Yeah.
Or they distract me from not being happy, whichever. One or the other.
I didn't know that was a real relative.
I don't think I have anything else to say about Doctor Who or cats or teeth.
Or teeth or 12 monkeys, because we're saving up. I'm gonna go ahead and make that announcement now, since we did talk about it briefly last show. In July, we will be doing a full coverage of all 3 seasons of 12 Monkeys show, where we're going to, after doing a 3-season rewatch, we're going to be making notations of locations, times, places, that's locations, people they meet, important things that we think need to be made note of, and we're going to be asking you, our viewers, to go ahead and give us questions, theories you may have for the show, and me and Sam will discuss them at great length, I'm sure. This is probably gearing up to be our longest show to date. It will probably take place sometime after the 4th of July because I guarantee you I will not be available around the 4th of July. As you can see,
we're making
me and
notebooks.
Sammy both have our notebooks.
Taking notes this time.
Yep, our pretty notebooks. Thank you to Pyrokinesis for my decals.
My timeline is going to be so full.
Yes, my map of the U.S., my map of the world, and I was smart and did a map of the East Coast.
That's so smart. I'm going to steal that.
You do that.
Steal it right out your book.
But yeah. So you, the viewers, we want to hear from you. We want to know your thoughts and questions and theories and all that fun stuff. And I myself personally am going to be drawing a timeline for every character. I'm literally doing a separate timeline for each main character in the show. So
I'm doing episode timelines and a master timeline.
That's on your
the
your
episode
page.
Timelines have what they did in each thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then the master timeline has times visited in what order with the episode marks next to them.
Right. Mine will be just specifically, I will do one for Cole, I will do one for Cassie, I will do one for Ramsey, Jennifer, Jones, and Deacon. Those are my main characters. I may do Hannah, but she really only just started traveling. So Hannah and Whitley will probably get one after season 4 if they keep traveling. Oh, and Ethan. I got to keep Ethan in there because, he's important.
And Ethan is important, even though he has so many points on his timeline and only like one episode of story.
Right. That's going to be hard to figure out is where he is in certain episodes.
Maybe we can well, I'm doing this mostly to test theories. I want to see if it's really as consistent as it feels like it is, and I want to see what I missed because I didn't know about stuff, and I want to see what we still need to figure out.
Right. Same.
I have a page. I have a page for theories that got disproved, and I have a page for theories that we still have to prove.
And of course, the biggest theory of them all: who is Cole's mother? I want everybody under the sun to just send in their own thoughts and theories on it, and I promise you they will be thoroughly discussed and compared to other theories and combined, and nobody's theory will be laughed at, I promise. Because I'm getting really frustrated with that fandom, that everybody is just like, no, your theory can't be right. Everybody's theory is right until it's proven wrong. Sorry. I got really annoyed with some people today.
Any fandom that has theorizing as part of the fandom, people and refuse to let go, and that's when it gets annoying.
Yeah, there's a couple of fans out there. I am not going to name names or point any fingers. You guys, you're all wonderful. I love y'all. I love talking about this stuff with all of you. But there are some people who seem very, very pushy about their theories, and it gets very frustrating because other people then feel like that they're giving their thoughts and opinions don't matter. And that's just not a pleasant way to have a fandom.
It's not how this fandom has been up until recently. We've been a very open, very friendly
happy family. Yeah, we've been a family, but now it just kind of feels like every time I look at it's getting very drama-y, and it makes me unhappy because I love this fandom.
I know.
So,
this is my home fandom.
I will be posting on all the Facebook groups. I'm going to start posting on Twitter every probably week between now and when we decide to actually do the show, to remind you guys, send me stuff on Facebook. If you're not friends with me on Facebook, feel free to send me a direct message and then comment on the main post I'm going to make in the groups and say, hey, I sent you a private message. Or feel free to send stuff to Sami as well if you're on Twitter or on Facebook. Again, if you're not friends with her, just leave her a message.
Not Facebook, because I'm only there once a month. So if you have something you really need to say, I'll probably miss it.
Okay, so send anything to Sami on Twitter.
I'm there freaking every day, so you can find me there.
I'm not. That's why Facebook's better for me. Heck, you can even hit me up on Tumblr. I will willingly give out my new Tumblr address for this because I want this show to be awesomely epic because we are putting a lot of planning into this. It's going to be our first professional planned show. Like, I mean, I'm excited as shit, okay?
What?
So, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna, over the course of this summer and going into our second year doing the show, we're gonna try to actually do stuff with it. So
Yeah, so we've been in talks with a few people. My tech guy for over on Reviewing the Apocalypse has offered to help us streamline the show a little more, which at that point means the show will go up as is how we do it normally, but then we will leave it up, but also pull it down and give it to him to do a streamlined, more shortened episodes where there's less of our blabbering and more of our just talking about what we're supposed to be talking about. But hey, if you enjoy our blathering, watch the longer episodes. It's always cool, you know?
yeah, we're gonna keep them both up because I really enjoy doing it this way, but I can understand not wanting to watch a 2-hour show for the one thing you're looking for.
Right? Yeah, like, because we're at the end of the episode, and make sure we make a notation at the beginning on the description that there's a big announcement at the end of this show. So stay tuned for the last like 15 minutes of the show. We have a tech, like I said, my tech guy has offered to help us out with that, and Sammy has a friend who's offered to help us make a theme song type thing, a starter
opening sequence for when we have editing.
Sequence. So once the editing is started, which I got to talk to him and see when he's going to be free to do that because he's not always free. So the show, the streamlined shows will not come up as quickly as these shows. It'll come up when he has the time to do it because he does work 2 full-time jobs. So
crazy talk.
Yeah, he's one of my reviewing partners, and if he's watching this show right now, he's gonna be like, "Wait, when did we talk about this?" Because we have talked about it, but he works so much. So, yeah, I'm excited. I am excited for year 2 because this is literally it. We're heading into year 2. We all started out with 12 Monkeys, and we've gone beyond that with Dark Matter and Killjoys, and then now this last year we've talked about The Legends of Tomorrow, Flash, Supergirl, and then we had the shows we did on Tuesday night, which were
all the shows,
all the other shows like Designated Survivor, Taken, Lethal Weapon, all these shows that like when I turned into them, I wasn't sure, and I gave them a chance, and they were amazing shows, and I'm like really grateful that we had this opportunity. I mean, I know we've only had one actual guest on, but we're going to start reaching out more often to actors, actresses, producers, directors, people who have their hand in the industry and try to get them to come on the show and talk with us briefly. And I am sounding so freaking professional right now. It's kind of scary.
I'm so proud of you. Look at you speaking our vision to the world.
See, like, this is stuff I can talk about. It's when you leave me alone to talk about a TV show, I just kind of But yeah, so that's our objective. That's our goal for year 2 of the show. We hope to be able to expand our horizons, and I doubt we'll ever go beyond 2 shows a week. But hey, who knows? Maybe we will. You never know. We might end up with so many TV shows to watch every freaking week that we're gonna have to do 3. I don't know. I doubt it.
If we're gonna do 3 shows a week, we would have to have something to make space in the schedule.
Yeah, because like right now we're pushing it to do 2 a week with the space between, because it's like what, we get 3 days between the episodes. Right
Which
now.
is pretty. It's better than it did on Tuesday for me. It's less stressful.
Yeah, same here. I was like, it felt like I didn't get a break between episodes or enough time to watch everything that had come on since Friday.
It was only on Tuesday because 12 Monkeys was airing on Monday, but
yeah. But now with the way they did it this last season, and they'll probably do that again next season, which I'm okay with. I didn't mind. I like having full access to the show already. That gives us
I
this
wish
opportunity.
I wish that we could have done it both ways, though, because I missed
Yeah.
the talking in between. There was so much less
Same.
talking when it was all at once.
Same, I agree. I would have liked to have had a little more discussion time, but they got to do what they got to do, even if it feels like they're just kind of trying to rush to be done with the show. But hey,
I
they
mean,
gave us 4 seasons to finish the story, and that makes me happy. So
let it have a
not
proper ending.
much to complain about, right?
And like,
but that's our announcement. Thank you for tuning in and listening to us blather. Figure out where we started talking about this announcement so you can like actually just put the time count in there for people who don't want to listen to us blather about Doctor Who, cats, and teeth.
and cat teeth for at one point.
Yes. That's what we were gonna do on Sunday. We're not gonna do the shows. We're gonna do the Guardians of the Galaxy episode.
Yes, and then we'll do the summer TV starting the week after that.
Yeah, we'll do Winona Earp and Dark Matter and anything else. I don't know if anything else is starting anytime soon.
I have Winona and Dark Matter.
Killjoys is like sometime late in June.
Season 4 starts.
What?
The Great British Baking Show season 4.
Oh, I don't watch that, so.
Yeah, Killjoys isn't until the last week of the month.
Yeah.
But like it's on the same day, so are they moving one of the other shows, or is it going to be a 3-show block, which is rare for sci-fi?
Yeah, very rare for sci-fi. I don't know. We'll have to wait a couple more weeks till I can pop ahead that far on my TV calendar.
Yeah. I've got Stitchers and Orphan Black are coming back, but you don't watch those. So I'll probably be yammering about those in periodic videos
Not
on my
unless
own.
I like somehow download the BBC America app and power through all of Orphan Black in the next couple weeks.
I mean, it's feasible. It's 10 episode seasons, and there's
I
only
could do that in 3 days.
Yeah, like the 4 have aired. The last one, the 5th one, is coming on this weekend. So
okay. So I could do that in 4 days.
Like if I
sat there, if I just sat there and watched TV for 10 hours, I could do it. But I don't have that time right now because I have other things I have to do while they're gone on vacation. So
12 Monkeys.
yeah, I have to do 12 Monkeys. Sorry. I have to go relax downstairs like all day and just watch 12 Monkeys because that's going to be fun. But yeah, that's our goal for the new year for our season 2. So stay tuned. Things are about to get better and pick up. And I have a list somewhere. I think it's on my iPod of people I want to ask to come on the show. So maybe we'll get some interesting guests and it'll be fun.
I need to make a list of people I want on the show. Let me make a note to make a list.
You make a note to make a list of a list. There we go.
Like this whole week I've been focusing on like I decided to back burner the novel I'm working on. So I've been focusing on figuring out what the heck I'm actually going to work on.
Yeah.
That's what I've been thinking about this whole week.
Why is Twitter being angry?
If anybody is watching this and has someone they think would be awesome for this show,
hit us. Not literally hit us, just, say, hey, yo.
Hey, yo, you should have so-and-so on your show.
Yeah, hey, yo, we'd like you to interview this person. Or, hey, yo, this person wants to do your show. Because, like, hey, if there's people watching this who know people and they're, like, interested in coming on and talking to us, we're totally down for that. It doesn't even, like, we wouldn't even care who you were on the show. You could be this little bit part. Because our one actor who's been on, Jeff Teravainen, he's awesome. He was great. I mean, what we've seen him in has only been little small parts, but he's still been awesome.
He's about to come back with Dark Matter, though. He's got like an actual part.
I'm so excited. I'm excited, so I can't wait to see that. I
know. I've been watching him on Instagram, and it looks like he's got lots of stuff going on. So
yeah, same. So we'd love to have you back, Jeff, if you're interested.
It's true.
Yeah.
If you want to come back.
Yep. But that was our announcement. So that's our exciting news. The unprofessional fangirls are going to slowly become a little more professional.
It's
But
true.
we'll always just be us. That there's no changing
We'll always be
us.
us. And the crappy technology will probably last a while longer.
Yeah,
Because it's expensive replacing a computer.
Yeah, I need about $600-700 to do that. And that's a little ways off, even though Mom is helping me save for that.
I want one of those all-in-one computers, like not a laptop, but the one that's like the big screen and it's all-in-one with the handle.
I wouldn't mind just getting a desktop computer with like a tower and a screen and a keyboard and all that. I miss that.
If I do have that, I want it to be a good one because the last 3 I got were bottom of the line, like that Dell sold because that's what I needed. I needed it quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Those, they don't last very long.
No, they don't. The last tower I had, I bought from a friend's brother, and it lasted me 4 years, and it died right before I left Tuesday. So I, like the week I decided to move out on my ex.
The one that I love the best
Hey,
was
Twitter,
when
I don't have a message. Stop telling me I do.
one of my computers right after college I built from parts from like 3 other computers, and I frankened the shit out of that machine, and I loved it so much. It had 3 hard drives, it had a disk drive, it had a floppy drive, like it had 2 screens. It was the best thing ever.
Yeah, years ago, back when I was like just out of high school, my friend Lindsay was really big on building computers, and we actually like built my dream computer. Like she found all the parts I wanted and all this stuff, but I couldn't afford it, so we never actually built it. She just
I knew. That was the problem.
Yeah.
After my Franken machine died and I couldn't figure out how to fix it, I had to. That's when I first had to get the Dell, and they're not very updatable. After a while, you dropped out. It's sad. And Dell is great. I like Dell computers, but the bottom of the line one is not meant to last, and it's like a cell phone. It starts getting clunky and weird after like a year or two. And I use my computer every day for everything, like literally everything. I'm a freelance writer when I'm not, but when I'm not talking obsessively about geek products. Sometimes I freelance write about geek products though. Yeah, she froze and she dropped out, so I think we're just going to end the show because we've been rambling for a while, and I'm going to figure out when the announcement time was, and we're going to come back on Sunday with Guardians of the Galaxy. It's going to be so fun. Guardians of the Galaxy is so cool, and we have lots to talk about in the MCU, I think. So we will see you then. Bye bye.